All right. Here we go, right? Right? All right, well, welcome to a match of epic proportions over the next indeterminate length of time. I am your host, Andrew Christ, and we got an internal blood feud. So, on the docket tonight, we have our Tier 3 team, the Black Mambas, squaring up against our Tier 4 team, the Scarlet Scorpions. Here are our starting rosters. Scorpions, we got Generic, Ghost Jordan, and Solario. And on the blue side, we got Tiesto, Bucks, and Verge. So both sides are featuring one of their subs. Tiesto is the sub for the blue side. Generic is the sub for the orange side. That's a nice bump by Tiesto. And the Scorpions take a 1-0 lead off of what I'm assuming is... Yeah, some miscommunication. Perhaps. Verge sends it in the corner. That pops out in front. Bucks puts it in the corner. Here comes Tiesto. Tiesto tried to catch it. Instead runs into Bucks. Ooh. It's a nice attempt from Diversionator. Tried to get the double. There's a double miss from the Mambas. Verge misses on the wall. It's picked off by Solario. Bucks picks that off. Puts up high. Tiesto off the back wall. No one there to follow. Jordan puts it in the corner. Technically wins a 50 against Bucks. Bucks misses. Solario off the back wall, but Verge is there. Jordan saved by Bucks. Bucks puts it out. Verge beats Solario. Ooh, that's going to center in through the corner. Jordan's there. Verge tries the center. Eric pops it up. Generic pops it up. Bucks off the back wall. Brought safe to the side. Jordan starts the counter. Tries the air dribble. Does a better job than I would. Oh, Generic misses. Everyone misses. Okay. Okay. So... Okay, yeah. I mean, we'll accept that, right? No one there from the Scorpions. Verge just launches it on net. Sometimes that is the completely smart thing to do. Tiesto tries to work it around. Bucks. Solario was there to pick it off. Bucks misses to the corner. I feel for you there. Solario beats Diversionator. 2-1 for the Scorpions. Solaris should have gone up a little bit earlier. Or Diversionator. Just paying attention to nameplate. We don't need to see chat. There's half console members. They should use party chat. Most of them will not. Goes into the corner. Nice clear from Tiesto. Misreads off the sidewall. Nice save from Diversionator. Gets her around that generic. Verge knocks it down. Right down the middle. 2-2. Bucks puts out through the corner. Tries to get around Solario. Jordan's up. Solario pops it up. Goes up. Tiesto's there to intercept. Just knocks it down. Generic. Oh, Verge puts it out. Solario can't get a good touch. It's in the corner, though. Nice block by Tiesto. Verge up on the wall. Centers it. Follows. All three from the Mambas are there. Jordan just puts it in through the corner. Tiesto's there to intercept. Solario. Oh, unfortunate second touch. That would have been a good center. And we're in OT here in this best of X. Solario. Clear. Over. Verge should not have taken that. Oh, nice. Nice from Tiesto. No one there from the blue side, though. Bucks wins the 50 on Solario, despite the orange trail. Jordan out. It's the Verge. Back in. Solario out. Bucks over generic. Solario puts it in the side. Oh, that's up. That is up. And Tiesto gets it. Probably with a little help. And the Mambas take game one. We will not be saving these replays. That's on the teams to do that for this. Holy cow, Discord. Okay, how about we just do that? Alright, so game 2 here. Why do we... So we switch sides because reasons. Ooh, that was dangerous. Tiesto out the box. Bucks was in. Despite that, gets the touch. Puts it away. Rotates. Puts it away. 1-0. Mambas. Nice save right there from Jordan. Box. So already the advice I would give is that right now probably the smartest thing a lot of these teams can do is just not turn backwards on the ball. Well, don't know what happened there. Kind of a slow rotation there from the orange side. Scorpions tied up. Jordan puts it to the side. Verge brings in. Can't get it around two. That was going to be difficult. Box. Intercepted by Generic. Goes in the corner. Tiesto gets it out. Two there from the blue side. And Verge sends it all the way down the field into the empty net. Jordan should not have gone there, just for reference. So the reason why, even though that was Jordan's ball, I mean, really, Solari should have let go. Oh wow, two up for orange. That goes in anyways. Tiesto with the playmaker medal. So anyways, just on Solari's touch. The reason why Solari shouldn't go is just like the worst thing that was going to happen is just going to like pop up. The best was that he might have caught it. And it's just, you know, again, like really a lot of the advice I can give at this level for both teams is that you're just better off just letting your teammate play from behind and just moving it back. Verge is up, knocks it down, 4-1. That's just a good 50 there by Tiesto. Kind of a little fortunate too. For reference, I think Slar could be a little quicker there. Oh, that's unfortunate. Tiesto just puts that in off the sidewall. Man, these camera angles from Bacchus Mod are great. Jordan could have probably easily saved that from the ground. Just double jump boost. Alright, so Solari should knock that down. That's exactly what you should do. That's a great pass by Solario. Jordan just missed it. Alright, so now if I'm the Scorpions, like, you're not scoring 5 in 130. So just play a normal game. Just forget about the scoreboard. And, you know, just get ready for the next game. Which would be the advice I'd give any match setting. And also this is the comment I would make for why Scorpions just aren't quite ready yet. Ooh, that's calculated and lucky. This is why Scorpions aren't quite ready for Champ 1, Champ 2. Is because they're getting beat by, you know, a Tier 3 team. I mean, Tiesto's... So, shout out to Generic and Tiesto. Ideal Tier 5 champs. So Tiesto's just playing as a sub, you know, just to help out, get some experience. He probably plays better, but is also just doesn't do the grinding life. So it's you know really hard to tell. So it's probably just a matter of consistency. And same thing with Generic. Generic is playing up as a sub to get experience. You know he admits that, assuming I got the people right, was the lowest ranked player on the team. So you know. Alright, so, like, some coaching advice here. Like, there's a skill gap here. You know, the Scorpion side, wow, after 2 games. We'll hope that they come back. Well, I'm just going to ready up. So there is like there's a lot of value in this. So a lot of this is just like communication, and this like for the Scorpions it'll help them. This will help them at least play faster. You know, there's a difference between like playing fast and just playing reckless. Um, you know, it's always, just making part of it's making the smart decisions every single time and all that nonsense. But like again, the big difference here is that there's a massive rank and skill difference here. Um, it's not as bad as say like playing in open qualifiers as a champ 2, but like there's noticeable here. There's a nice block there. Alright, so let's see what I can see out of the orange side. Jordan made a car switch. Probably doesn't have his presets labeled. This is a nice attack by Verge. That goes all the way down. Bucks is not ready for that. Jordan gets the double dunk. So just the general advice on that is whenever you think you should go when lining that up, you should already be up in the air. Nice play from Jordan there. Just when it comes off the back wall, like Almost always there's some sort of attacker. God, I hate these Bacchus mod first person replays as a spectator. It's just so bad. Well, we're gonna be stuck with them because I don't want. I keep forgetting to change it and change it off, and yeah. Okay, so the Scorpions are showing some life. Nice reaction by Jordan. Those are supremely dangerous clears. If your team is not ready for them, they usually end up in the back of the net. Jordan with a hard clear. See, like that. And I know it's hard sometimes because that's like the only thing you can do. So that was a fake. So Jordan missed. And Bucks missed. Yep. So general advice. So as a defender, if you cut if you're kind of cutting back like that, you have to hit the ball in Jordan's position. Again, speaking from doing this and being on the receiving end, you just end up freezing your keeper so much. And like when you're in ranks where everybody's just slow to the ball, like you just give your opponents that much time to actually get to it. So you know, there's all that. It's a nice pass to Solario. See, Bucks is up. It's a good play by Bucks. No one is there. That's in the back of the net. And Generic puts it away. There's no communication there on the blue side. Like, they're just two people far side. Like, somebody needs to be following that. Okay, so Solario should not be up. Unless they called it. Nice save from Verge. Good challenge by Jordan. Tiesto's got some really solid defense. Oh, they tried to pinch it. That's a good play there. Right idea. Just the execution obviously was off a little. That's in deep. Yep, Solaire just read off the wall wrong. Is this the this might be the time. So, let me tell you about my friend, the far post rotation. That's a bad clear. That's in the net. Oh, nice save from Tiesto. I mean, really, this applies even to near post rotations. It's a post rotation. Like, you should really rotate in through the post. Because a lot of the time you just have a lot better, you have a lot more options. Even though you're approaching like the net, you know, parallel, you know, the goal mouth, so to speak. That was dangerous from Verge. That's unfortunate. Sorry, Royal. I'm busy critiquing squads. I'll let him know. See, this was definitely a winnable game for the Scorpions. Try and center that. That was a winnable game. You know, and this is just a case of, like, you know, the mistakes. So, um, like, you know, what can we clean up here? Um, you know, again, it's just basically like the little things here that, oh, don't start this BS. We'll see if the server's around. Okay. So, we wipe the slate clean. Assume this is a new best of 5. So, that's smart there by Solario to keep with that. If no one from his team... That's unfortunate. So anyways, on Solar's kickoff, like, that's smart actually to stay with it if your team isn't up in time. Just because it gives you a chance to retain possession. And part of that just, again, has to do with how people approach a kickoff. At the higher levels, like that ball's grabbed by whichever side was, whichever side it ended up, because you go for boost and you just turn quickly upfield. What happened there? Double commit? Yeah. So don't follow your teammate on a dribble. Just let them do their thing. And as the last person back, don't come up. Like you have to play super deep on that. Because more than likely, like, here's the thing: if your teammate gets beat, the second is getting beat too. Because you know they're not going to have possession of the ball. Like, and I know the thought process. Like, well, I need to make sure. Like, what happens if my teammate loses it? Okay, your teammate loses it. What are you going to do? Hit it back into the opponent? Like, you can't follow. So based on the close games, like the Scorpions can need to protect our lead because so far they haven't shown much capability of just being able to play from behind. See, that's a problem. So eventually, at some point, players will start realizing that it's surprising how much you can actually do with 36 boost. You don't always need the hundreds. Sure, the hundreds are fine, but I would try and recognize if you see your teammate. If you're coming back and you see your teammate back, you should probably, as the second, turn upfield. Yeah, like there's just too much of a skill gap here. So what can the Scorpions do? Well, again, they just need to mentally reset the game. Like they're not coming back from 5. Yeah, Solario can't cut that. That had an orange trail, by the way. So that either meant that that ball was actually cleared out and came off Solario, or Solario just knocked it in. Because the first defender was positioned pretty decently, at least for the block. Yeah, Eric reminds me of something just I need to do is take my time with the ball. Okay, that's nice in the corner. It's a good foul. Like, obviously, Jordan should have had touch. Someone needs to go. See, no one went there. It's like... So Jordan didn't go. I mean, I can understand going back, but then, you know, totally... I don't know if misreads or just guessed wrong. So that, like, Price's Solarian in the challenge, Tiesto just has to strategically miss up high and get the rebound. Also, the Mamba's rotation is kind of suspect as well. But see, this is like kind of where the skill gap makes up for it. It's also some bad habits to get into. So, like, you know, Mambas should be trying to clean up their rotation. I know, even though they have a sub, but like again, communicate, communicate, communicate. If you're communicating with your, you know, planned sub, it's like, you know, it still benefits everyone. Let's see what the hell's going on.
Both of us are west. We're all east. I don't know if it's like the cross-plat, whatever, but yeah, we're just having some issues.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, I mean, we can try a different private server at the very least. Like,
yeah, we can back out.
I mean, Verge obviously isn't here anymore, so.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys want to get a third, like, that's fine. I'm down to keep playing.
Yeah, I'll try and get PUBG in here.
Yeah, I don't know if Verge is coming back or not. Like, I was like, hey, dude, great games out there, and he was like, yeah, thanks, man, and then he just got off, and I was like, okay.
Hold on, let me message him.
Alright, let's go ahead and leave this match, and I'll have someone else's host.
Well, that might help too. I could host. I mean, I have gigabit internet,
yeah,
and I'm in the dead. Well, I guess being in the dead center of the country actually doesn't help here, but I have gigabit, so, and I usually get like 28 ping on East, so.
Okay.
While we're formulating that and getting a sixth in here,
yeah,
I'm gonna run the bathroom.
Go ahead.
Alright.
Alright, let me see if I can get Pub in here.
What should we call it? What?
Fuck,
One...
I should have invited one of my Miko. Fuck.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, that's what. Oh yeah, no, you said it was 10-1. Right. One thing that I did want to say was your guys' doinks that you were having. Like you guys had quite a few doinks that game. With the one exception of the one that went into the goal, like the doinks were really fucking good, and obviously that one wasn't intentional. That was a fluke. But yeah, your guys' like offensive doinks in terms of passing were amazing. That was really, really effective. I think the biggest thing that I would say is if you guys can get a little bit more aggressive on your after you've centered, try to make runs to the goal, that would help a lot. I think you'll find that the goal opens up a lot more if you do that.
I saw, excuse me, a few times. I can't remember who it was. I'd have to look at the video, but might have been multiple people. But
gotcha.
I saw.
Were you saving replays, or was anybody saving replays, folks?
It's on Anders VOD.
Oh, it's on Anders VOD. Cool.
Yeah. But I saw. Fuck. I want to say it was.
I know the first game, Ghost Jordan, you'd made a couple of runs through, and that was really good. But then it seemed like it kind of let up.
I don't know.
that's really
The thing I noticed, I think it was the first game solo. I think it was solo. I could be wrong, but I'll have to look at the video. But I challenged, and I was starting to like come back because I missed a challenge, and we were right by the mid boost, and he didn't go get that boost. He just let me have it.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
But you were right there. You could have easily got
Yeah, that's
it.
another thing is like sometimes.
And I was
on
empty,
offense
so
or defense,
I got 100
right?
boost for free right there.
It's good to just take boost, just take it, because like especially I mean obviously you always want to steal the opponent's deep megas, but like if you can take one at midfield because you see someone coming out, to like you're on offense, right, and you're the last man back, you see somebody coming out, it's like, yeah, I'll go ahead and take that, and then make sure that they cannot get it. That just ensures that your siege is going to be a little bit longer, right? Or it should be, like, statistically, it should be a little bit longer. What are some other things? I think so. I think a bit of it is obviously it's different speeds of play. That's probably the first thing, but that just comes with experience and everything like that. But the other thing is when to be aggressive and when not to be aggressive. Does that make sense? Like if you definitely have a chance at making a 50, then yeah, absolutely go for it. If you need them to throw the ball because there's somebody behind you, then yes, absolutely go for it. If it's a little bit fuzzy on whether or not you're going to be able to make contact, you don't necessarily need to be super aggressive, especially like if you can just throw your car up in the air to make someone think that you're going for it and then not use any boost, right, because like maybe the ball's coming down, then all of a sudden that makes the person who should be challenging way more apprehensive because you're already up. Excuse me, sorry. And that can help a little bit too. It almost feigns speed. So I don't. Yeah, if I watch the VOD, I can probably pull out a little bit more. But
I'm watching it right now. But
okay.
Anders is here. What do you say, Anders?
It's hard to tell because when you're playing with the skill gap,
right,
it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to tell. It's just like,
It's a
well,
little unfair from the get-go.
yeah. So it's like, what are they doing wrong? Are they just getting beat? Are they getting beat because the skill gap, or are they actually doing things wrong? So kind of like what I started focusing on is just trying to look at like the defensive side and like the positioning and stuff, and what they were doing, basically like what they were doing like off the ball or trying to get to the ball and sort of ignoring the result, but like the lead up to that. So I think like some of it's touched on is that there is some more slight aggression needed, or just I felt like the only way that the Scorpions could right now win the scrim is if they got a lead and defended it.
I think they got a lead.
You guys
One
said
or two
games, didn't you?
In all the close games,
yeah,
they got a lead and it just kind of got away. But again, I think that has to do with just like the skill gap. It's a lot more.
Yeah.
It's a lot more difficult.
I mean, you guys played really well during those games, in my opinion. The thing is I just don't know what separated those games from the other games. Like I would have to look through the tape again and see like what's the difference.
I can absolutely tell you what the difference was.
What's that?
So the games where it was like really, really like competitive, that was whenever, and I don't want to like blame this entirely on servers because it's not, but like
Gotcha. Those were the shit servers or the shit game.
So like in every single game, I definitely had packet loss in every game at some point. But on those really, really shit games, it was whenever like two of us were experiencing it at the same time, and then once your guys' lead just got away from us.
Yeah, at that point, it's kind of like this one's done. Yeah.
Well, right. Well, that and like our comms went out the window, and just the general like morale of the game just kind of went out. So
I feel you. I feel you. Yeah.
But I mean, from like on our side, some of the things that I noticed is just people staying like too far upfield for too long without like doing their rotations, or people like, especially me, like I got preemptive on a couple of those, like where I came up because I thought like I had an easy shot or an easy challenge, and not one of my teammates was back yet. So just like preemptive rotations whenever we're leaving the net wide open. We got caught a couple times on that, which just ended up being easy goals.
Sure.
But I don't know. I think just rotations in general, like whenever we were communicating, our rotations were pretty solid, because it's like, all right, I'm coming out. All right, I'll push up. Like that was it. And then as soon as our comp was out, our rotations started to fail because we couldn't.
Yeah, you don't have the information. You need the information.
And we haven't been playing together for years and whatever. Like I have with you and Tyler, where it's just like we can just sense our rotations.
Yeah, so something, another thing that might be helpful. Obviously, you guys have been practicing a lot, and that's amazing. And super kudos for that. But something else that helps with kind of like forming chemistry a bit more quickly is asking questions like, "Hey, what kind of passes do you like to receive? Like, what's your ideal pass for a shot?" And obviously that question isn't like, "Oh, one that's rolling in front of the goal at 0 miles an hour with no goalie." It's like, I like sidewall, I like backwall, I like ceiling, I like infield, I like infield ground, I like infield high, I like pops, stuff like that. And that kind of helps to tell you like what that person is comfortable hitting, so you can try to set up that kind of stuff. The other question that you can ask is, what is like the thing that you fear most on defense? Maybe it's shadow defense, maybe it's a siege, maybe it's half-court defense, maybe it's, when I'm back post and the ball goes over front post. There's a whole plethora of things that can happen there. And so then you start to learn a little bit about, like, on the defensive side, like, what does this person struggle with and how can I help assist that kind of a thing, right? Obviously, it also helps the person who probably hasn't thought about what I'm weakest and what I'm strongest at to then kind of be like, oh, okay, well, this is stuff that I can work on. So that might help too. By no means, this is not meant to be like criticism or anything like that. I'm trying to be constructive here. So if it does feel like that, I'm super sorry, and that's not my intent at all.
Constructive criticism is good.
Yeah. Well, it's not meant to be. It's not meant to be like. I'm not meant to be like trying to put you guys down or anything like that. I'm just trying to help. I'd like to see every single one of our BBC teams fucking take home #1 this year. Like, let's go.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can tell you one team that's not.
My team.
No, my team.
No, my team.
Man, y'all just a bunch of Debbie fucking
My team
downers, aren't
is
you?
so fucking bad.
Bucks, don't worry. When the season starts, when the playoffs start, I will not play one game during the season, and then I'll come in the playoffs, and I'll be your ace.
I think I kind of want you to play, honestly.
Dude, if shit is calmed down
instead of someone else.
Yeah, if shit is calmed down, at work, by the time that playoffs roll around, I will definitely play every single game of the playoffs if you want me to.
Well, not playoffs. I'm talking regular season, but
Dude,
let's get to the playoffs first.
Shit's not gonna calm down before then. You guys gotta get yourselves to the playoffs. My work is not gonna calm down for a while.
Mine either. Dude.
Like, yeah.
You know
I mean,
weird
I'm working 12-hour days right now, dude. Like I can't play competitive Rocket League under those conditions.
Yeah. Like the whole country is like on lockdown, right? So, like work's slowing down and whatnot.
Yeah, mine's
immensely. Yeah, same here, dude.
Yeah.
My boss came to me. He's like, hey. He's like, I have an opportunity, and I want you to be involved, basically. But it has to be in all the hospitals in Western New York. So I give you a $3. I'm like, fuck.
Fuck.
Hospitals? I have to work in a hospital?
Yikes.
What up, essential worker?
Yeah, right? I'm like, fuck. I'm like, alright, let me think about this.
I mean, shit, I'm essential as fuck, and they're still giving me week on, week off.
Are they really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Being in the military, man.
Wait,
Yeah,
you know, wait, what branch are you in?
Maybe.
You get week on, week off?
Yeah, right now we're working week on, week off.
What
And
the
we're the,
fuck?
and, but the thing is, like, okay, so
Are you deployed right now or no?
No. Actually, I was planning on getting deployed towards the back end of this year, and that's probably not going to happen now. No, so like, how to explain this? There are these things called combatant commands, which are like the things that control like overarching segments of the military. For
Yeah.
instance, like SOCOM, right? Special operations, right?
Yeah.
Right. So that's part of, that's a combatant command. And then there's functional, and then there's geographic. So the geographic ones are like the ones that are located and they govern different parts of the world. And the functional ones are the ones that have like direct missions that never stop. Out of all of the COCOMs, geographical and functional, the one that I work for is the only one where we're just like, yeah, no, we're not shutting down. Everybody's
Damn.
essential.
I mean, is that a good thing or bad to you?
It doesn't really matter. It's logistics, which never stops because we're the ones that control all of the movement for everything, personnel, cargo, supplies for the entire Department of Defense.
Gotcha.
So we're doing flights, we're doing air, sea travel, we're doing ground transportation. Like it's all.
Just the Navy though, right?
No. We're the
For
joint
all
command.
branches?
Yeah, Department of Defense wide. So
Gotcha.
Navy, Marines, Air Force, Army.
So you're definitely essential.
Yeah. That sounds
like-
fucking very essential.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, ours is the only one that is actually like still utilizing full manpower. It might not be like full manpower
I would think
all the time.
military is essential.
Well, I mean, like,
Even if
There's-
you're like an MP or whatever on a
Well,
military base.
yeah, but I mean, like, for instance, like there's, the military doesn't have like one singular mission. Like each branch has multiple missions, and so
Right.
like, whenever it comes, like at the end of the day, like if you don't need, like if we're not trying or we don't need to like be exerting, like see presence because everybody. It's a joint posturing like across the world.
Gotcha. Yeah. I mean,
Like-
yeah, there's some things that can get shut down, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like our military reacts to the ebb and flow of like all military presence throughout the world, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
So certain forces start to mobilize and like exert presence because they want to control like this part of the world, like our whatever branch, we move people in that position. It's just an ongoing game of chess where nobody's actually trying to like actively take each other out constantly.
Gotcha.
So are we still looking for a sixth?
I don't believe so.
I'm gonna be heading out here in a bit.
Okay.
So
That's good. It's all good.
BRB.
I can volunteer as tribute for someone.
Oh,
I volunteer.
bet. I mean, I'd be down. I don't really care. I can keep playing Rocket League. I can get off. I can play something else.
Yeah, it does not matter to me. I'm just looking for who did I just... Okay.
Who was it that said they were getting off? Was that Jordan or Solo?
it's solo.
Solo.
Okay. Solo, are you gonna be online at all this weekend?
So I don't schedule practices during the weekends, but I do get on
Okay.
occasionally because tomorrow I'll be home. I think 2 o'clock or so because I gotta go into work at 7:30. So and
Okay.
Sunday I don't. I'll check that later tonight. But I do get on. I just don't schedule practices.
Hey man, just like shoot me a message on Discord whenever you're on over the weekend, and we'll chat.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right,
It'll be sometime after 2, so
that works.
maybe 2:30. So as long as that works with you, that would be great.
Yep, that'll work for me.
Yep.
Good games, by the way.
Thanks.
Dang, you guys practice schedules?
Yeah.
Practice schedules.
Or schedule practices?
Look, they do a very good job of practicing scheduling.
Dude, I mean,
Because-
you know, it's
Because
We don't
Because-
actually execute the schedule, but we practice it.
I mean, I practiced it too.
practice scheduling. Dude, I get on Outlook every day for at least an hour and
Yeah.
practice my scheduling.
Folks, just go enjoy your second 30 rack for the night, all right?
Oh, man.
Fuck's sake, dude. Fuck's sake.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's funny as fuck.
No, I'm not talking shit. That's good for you guys. You guys playing all that shit. That's
Dude,
good.
they're fucking in here all the time. I fucking, like, I love it, dude. I love it so much. I love to see that shit.
Yeah, that's really good.
It's amazing.
You guys honestly didn't play bad.
No, like, we were getting upset with that first game. We were like, oh
I
my
told
god.
them, I said that first game we lost.
Yeah,
Even though we technically won, but I said we lost that game.
yeah.
That was,
Because
the,
we played
that was
so
the overtime
bad.
game, right?
Yeah, that was the 3-2
Yeah.
overtime. We were just like, fucking shit. Bucks goes, if we lose this series, I'm not playing this season. I'm done.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
playing this season.
I literally said that. I said.
And then
"If
you
we
guys
lose
took
this
it to us
time,
that first
I'm
game,
not
and I was like, oh fuck, we about to lose Bucks. Holy fuck. Yeah, it was crazy. I mean, you guys, yeah, you played well.
I mean, you guys got the God King Warkey, so I mean, what is Bucks?
Well, yeah, I mean, it's just like like I said, I don't have a whole lot of availability. Like if we play at like 11 Eastern, then yeah, I can play. But
No,
like,
I'm
Fuck
just kidding,
that.
Bucks.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding, Bucks. I'm just kidding, Bucks. Don't hate me. Don't hate me.
It's not a one-man team.
definitely not. Yeah, no. But Worky,
I mean, maybe
Warkey
if
is
it's
able to do
squishy, but
lots.
Warkey's not squishy.
he's not. But he is able to do a lot of things that are very.
No,
helpful.
he's definitely good. Yeah.
I was actually impressed. Like I only saw him cut people off like, I don't know,
30
5
or 40
times.
times per game.
Well, there was definitely like at least 5 blatant cutoffs. Like it was
Yeah.
really funny because Tyler, for the
He's-
first game, Tyler wasn't in yet. I was just like, oh, there goes Worky, just cutting people off again. He's like, oh, are you in the
Yeah.
game? I'm like, yeah, I'm spectating. He's like, oh shit, fight me. I'm like, okay.
I mean, he is getting better. Like, let's all acknowledge that he is getting better at that.
I think he's playing with Reaper too much because he wants to do all that fancy shit.
Yep.
Yeah,
That's exactly what he
And
said.
I told him that. I said, dude, I know you're playing with Reaper or Reapsy, whatever you want to call him. I said, yeah, that's his name now, apparently. But I said, hey, this is threes. This is way different. Don't do any of the fancy shit unless you have to.
yeah. I mean, it's good to have it in your back pocket because it's obviously unpredictable, but it's also very hard to execute. So make sure that you can fucking do it 9 out of 10 times when you're in practice by yourself. So
Right.
then you can do it 3 out of 10 times in a game.
Yeah.
You know, like that's usually anything that you can do in practice, divide that shit by 3 or 4, and that's how much you can do it in an actual game.
Yeah.
Shit,
I don't think he's going to listen to me, but whatever. I don't
He
give a
won't.
fuck.
He won't.
I know.
But I mean, you know what? At the very least, you told him, and so then
I told him, I think Verge stays in goal too much.
stays in goal, like when
Yeah.
we're on offense or on defense.
Well, defense turning to offense.
Oh, he stays in goal too long. Gotcha.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell you what was really pissing me off about this series. Like
But I could do that too.
I had 2 fast spot on shots that were going to goal, and Verge blocked one of them out of nowhere. I was like, motherfucker. And then I had another one that was going even faster, right towards the upper 90, and Evan saved that one. I was just like, where the
Oh, is
fuck?
that the one that I came across the goal on?
Yeah.
From the top down, yeah.
I was just like, oh, yeah, upper 90 from the midfield. Motherfucker, you
Yeah.
fucking bitch.
Bucks and Burgess like, what the fuck? Where were you? Nice save. No, yeah, I came down from the top post.
And then I got that aerial redirect.
Oh, I
on
remember
your
that.
ass.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember
And
that.
then the double touch where y'all were just fading to the right side of your field, just left that whole left side of the goal open. I was like,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I gotta say, Eric, you played well, dude. Like, you're definitely back in form. I wanted to let you know that, like, you're back in form and better than you were at any point during our season.
It only took 3.5 weeks being in
It
shit
takes
fuckhole
time, dude.
Virginia.
Yeah, it takes time, man.
I think
Not being
you.
able to play.
I mean, I played with you when the whole TBT was happening,
Right, yeah. I think he's better.
and then I played with
Ever
you now.
was.
You're
Yeah.
definitely better now,
Yeah.
for
Like,
sure.
yeah. You surprised me with a lot of your hits, and you beat me on a few 50s, and I was like, fuck my asshole. Dude, the funniest part of the entire game for me was when I was sitting in goal, waiting for a hit to come in, and you came in and gave me like the littlest kiss of a bump, and then you went away. And I was like, what are you doing, dude?
I was just like, oh, well, first of all, you were sitting at near post, and so I immediately was like,
Like,
oh,
came and
get to
kissed
fucking
me.
back post, bitch.
And I was just like, dude, Eric just came up and kissed my car. I don't know what the fuck is going on. But yeah.
Over here bitching about people not rotating back fucking post.
Well, I had rotated to back post, and then I thought I had an opportunity to go, but then I think
Hey,
Urge
Evan,
came back around.
I'm not mad. I'm
No,
just
no, I
disappointed.
know.
I'm just disappointed.
I know. I'm disappointed to me too, dude. I missed so many shots that game.
Dude, it was actually really, really funny. Like, on one of the games where we were just, like, having shit ping and no comms or whatever, like, I was still, like, doing some of the callouts. I'm like, oh, that's gonna be backboard. Evan's up for it. Yep, that's in. I was just, like, I was calling some of your shots out. I'm like,
Bad
yep,
comms.
yep.
Yeah, well, you know me, like we played together so much. I was like, I guarantee. I was thinking in my head, I guarantee that Eric is telling them how we do kickoffs, and Eric is pretty much exactly telling them what I'm about to do anytime I fucking try to hit the ball. I mean, we have like 300 hours on Rocket League together.
Oh, dude, I've had Rocket League, or excuse me, I've been playing Rocket League for the entirety. Hold on, I've been playing with you for the entirety of my Rocket League time.
Oh yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, because you and Mac and Paul and everybody else were just like,
Yeah.
get Rocket League, and I'm at 933 hours.
Oh fuck. Okay, yeah. So we have a lot of hours
So
together.
multiply that by 3.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta go, guys. So,
Have a good one, dude.
Peace
All
out.
right.
dude.
have a great night. See you
Be
guys.
solo. Yeah, man. That was fun though. It was a fun series. Like I'm very happy with the way that your guys' team performed, all in all. Like that easily could have been something that got away pretty quickly, and you put 2 fucking solid games together, and if Pack lost what was doing the other 2, that's something that you can call out after a game and be like, hey, can we change private servers? You know, like, that's not a huge deal. So that would be, I mean, if that's the change, then that's great, because at that point it's not mechanical and stuff. It did feel like there was some bunching up at times. I don't know if that was because of comms or if it was because of other reasons. But yeah, definitely, like I said, like you can never get too good at your comms.
Well, I
You
mean,
really
it's
can't.
like, well, I mean, there were 2 plays that really like stuck out in my mind. Like, one of them, like we kind of talked about in the middle of the game, and then we had to like shut up about it because we were middle of the game.
Mm.
But it's just like one. I think it was Solo. He called out like I'm out of boost, and then so I went to like right up to the midfield, and I realized that Jordan and Solo were both pushing, and I was just like, hold on. Why are you both pushing? Who just called out that they didn't have boost? You should have been rotating back. Like, that's not good. He was like, oh, well, I mean, I was still there for the center. Like, but you don't have boost. Like, that makes you less maneuverable. Like, why would you do that?
There are certain times, like, if someone calls out they don't have boost, then someone else has to call out, okay, I got you. And then the next person has to call out, okay, like, I'll be center, right? So then that person knows, okay, I can go ahead and get the fuck out and try to get a mid boost. If there's not a mid boost, either collect pads or full drop, but get your ass back to midfield.
Right. Well, I think it ended up being like both might have half rotated. I think from what I recall, it was like
Gotcha.
or maybe one half rotated, and the other one came from our side, and like that. Then like there was that call, and I was like, oh fuck, like no,
Yeah.
like, hold on, back up. Like if you got boost, like that means like you're calling the person in back to like come up, and I didn't want to throw myself out of position, so I just stayed back. And then that goal where I got the double touch on your goal post.
Yeah.
Right before I got the hit hit that put it like bounced off the wall to head towards your goal, they both Solo and Jordan called out that they're coming back. Like they were coming back at the exact same time, and the ball hadn't even cleared like to our side of the 50 yet. So I
Oh,
was
gotcha.
like, oh.
Well, that happens sometimes. I mean, that does happen. Yeah.
Right, but I mean like, you know, two people retreating like that instantly made it a 3v1. Thankfully, everybody was like on your team was on the other side of the field, so it gave me time to like get my hits in. But
Right.
just I don't know, just there's just some things like rotationally and communication wise that I think we need to work on. But
I mean, absolutely. Like, even at the end of our season, like we won, but like there was still shit that we could have worked on for fucking ages.
yeah, like that one game that we lost.
Dude, we were bad.
In the finals, like.
Oh no, I'm in for TBT, but yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, that's what. Yeah, I know that's what you're talking about. Bucks was saying, yeah, we're bad, and I think he assumed that I was talking about our current team, not TBT.
Yeah.
TBT, RIP.
Yeah,
RIP,
rest in
dude.
peace, dude.
Yep.
I'm a
Now,
little
once-
upset. That
Win it and quit it.
Well, we'll be back. We'll be back in
Retire champs.
Summer. So sorry.
Yeah, retired.
Yeah, retire champs.
Well, TBT will be retired, but we will be back during summer circuit, is what we're hoping. Assuming again I can play, based on hours and stuff. But we'll be back as no boost in a dream.
True.
That was supposed to be our name this season, but we didn't come up with it in time, and I couldn't figure out how to change the team name. I don't know if there is a way to change team name.
There is.
There is.
It's
Okay.
it's very it's the interface is also convoluted.
Okay.
So
Gotcha. Yeah, I tried for like 2 hours and I was like, fuck this, I'm done.
it's actually you can change it when you upload your profile because that's the edit team link.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like you can update the profile picture for the team, but the interface is like this doesn't make sense. How do I do this?
Right. Okay. So yeah, I mean, well, I drew our logo for summer circuit already. It's already done. And it's great. I fucking love it. But yeah. So we'll be no boost in the dream when we come back in probably Div 4 unless a bunch of us rank up into Champ 1. So we'll see.
I don't know. Do you think you'll hit Champ 1? That'll jump you up two tiers, won't it?
Well, no, because I'm Div 3. I think I'm Diamond 3 right now.
Are you? When did you jump from?
Well, I think I'm Diamond 3 and 1 right now is the problem.
Oh, that doesn't matter.
What? Diamond 3?
I think so?
That won't matter. They're gonna pull from 2s and 3s, dude.
You're Diamond 3 and 1? Crazy.
Since they have ones in the thing though, do they pull from ones now?
They'll pull for ones, I bet.
Oh, just for ones? Okay.
Yeah, I
For some
would
reason,
assume.
I thought they pulled from all of the playlists, and they basically decided from ones, twos, threes, and solo standard.
Oh, God, they better not.
I mean, that's just the way that when I read it, that's the way that I interpreted it. But
From from whenever I was talking to, who was I talking to? I think I was talking to Dill about it. And they base like your twos and your threes team on, like, if you're only playing a threes, they'll pull your RL tracker for twos and threes.
uh-huh.
But ones they'll leave alone because it's something entirely different without team play.
Okay. Okay, actually, so my threes rank is not Diamond 3, it's like high Diamond 2. I'm like 4 MMR away. I'm like 1 win away. So I'm probably Div 4. Diamond 2, Div 4. Oh! No, never mind. I lied. Diamond 2, Div 2. I didn't realize it said divs on your fucking DD.
RL tracker?
Yeah, on your RL tracker.
There you go.
Yeah.
Pull up mine. Oh my god, my profile looks so nice now.
But I don't think I'll make fucking champ.
Are you on IGL?
Am I on IGL? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Dude, TSO, I think you can make champ.
I don't want to make champ.